Blessings, Starseed. This is Priscilla Campos from the Temples of Atlantis. You may also know me as the Atlantean Priestess. And I'm here to welcome you to some wonderful content regarding the Arcturians. Now, the Arcturians happen to be the first star nation that I connected with astrally through a healing/meditation I was receiving. And they've become very wonderful guides. As a healer myself, I feel like the Arcturians naturally come in to my sessions. They've made huge impacts on those I've shared their healings with or their activations. I now run my Reiki programs with the knowledge that the Reiki that we have on Earth through Master Usui has been delivered to us by the Arcturians. So if you're familiar with Reiki, Reiki is very much God's love and light, sent through energy waves, sent through light, sent through the cosmos, from the great central sun, from Creator, from that place of total unity, harmony, and creation through us and channeled through our hands. Now, what I have really discovered a lot as well is when I first started doing Reiki, I was working a lot with the emerald ray associated with Archangel Raphael. And as my practices increased, as my awareness grew, as I learned about more and more modalities, I started working with a lot more star nations. From the Arcturians, I was introduced to the Syrians, the Palladians, and then eventually I took it upon myself to learn more, and so I work a lot with the Orions. Don't be fooled, the Orions are wonderful beings. Of course, not all of them are, just like not all humans are amazing, but there is a huge amount of them that are ready to help us, that have our back, that are love supporting and guiding us through this. Of course, we also have the Lyrans, my favorite, the Lion People, the Hathors, the Alpha Centaurians, and the list goes on. Working with the Galactic Federation of Light is such a beautiful process, but it requires that you really trust your intuition, that you know how to surround yourself in light and also protect yourself from beings that may want to cause mischief or harm. And it's really a conscious decision to keep opening up, to find higher states of awareness, to find ways that we can connect even more with these great star nations. So as I'm teaching one of my signature series during this time, it's called Starseed Awakenings, I really want to be able to share with you some of the things that I'm sharing with my class. And one of them is a practice that I've added in around 2018 when I started working with the Arcturians. And it's about how to upgrade, uplift your consciousness, and also find ways to emit a higher power and a higher light from yourself in betterment for you, but also for humanity. So I want to go through a few books that I have on the Arcturians, and just to give you a little bit more bigger scope, I suppose. So this book is called We the Arcturians by Dr. Norma Milanovic. I believe it was written in the 80s, and it's a very technical book. I believe it's probably one of the first ones that came out about the Arcturians. Maybe she was like among the first channelers. And so it gets kind of deep. I want to say even like 100 pages of it are just exploring the starship Athena. But if you know nothing about star nations, maybe it's right up your alley. It's really beautiful that there's this guide. Her main guide in here is called Giuliano, and he is someone that comes through in every book I've read about the Arcturians so far. So to me, it means that he's very much could be an ambassador for Earth from the Arcturian star nation. Now, I didn't explain fully who the Arcturians are, but they are known to be the greatest healers in the universe. Many think them to be very high vibrational, where they almost are one in unity as a collective, but still have their individuality and individual thoughts. But they work together for the greater good. To me, they're funny, they're kind, they're compassionate, they're powerful, they're wonderful teachers, incredible healers, and a really great guide to have with you on this time in our planet. So there's that book that I love. There's also the Arcturian Anthology by Tom Kenyon and Judy Sion. And this book is what helped me understand the link between Usui Reiki, Master Usui, Sanat Kumara, and the Arcturians. It has wonderful chapters on both Mary Magdalene and Jesus in here. And it's a very easy book to read. It goes by very quickly, but it's going to expand what you think you know about humans and outside of this solar system in particular. So I always recommend that. Because of this book, I started teaching Reiki in 2018, the same time I read it. And I've always had the approach in my Reiki classes that Reiki is from the cosmos, from the Arcturians. So I love that part. Another key book that I'm going to be using today in this video is Connecting with the Arcturians by David K. Miller. I believe there is volume 2, 3, and 4. Thus far, I don't have them. I myself don't support large corporations, especially greedy ones, so I don't have an Amazon account. And sometimes it's really hard to find books outside of that scope. I have been, of course, supporting my local bookstores for many years now. And with all the restrictions, I just find that a lot of them aren't in support of people with choices. So just a heads up, I'm actually opening an online bookstore of high vibrational books that are from my personal library that I love, including books on Atlantis, Lemuria, the Palladians, the Arcturians, Egypt, and the list goes on. So it's going to be available the next little while at templesofatlantis.ca. That's where you can find a ton of courses, both pre-recorded, live courses, offerings, community gatherings, virtual as well as in person. So much stuff. So I'm really happy to have brought back the Temples of Atlantis in this lifetime. So this is the book I'm going to be doing a little bit of work from today. But one more book that I have is The Arcturians: How to Heal, Ascend, and Help Planet Earth, also written by David K. Miller. There is a wonderful sequence in here that I do have tagged, and it works in the holographic healing chambers with the Arcturian Helioa on the starship Athena, and it's really wonderful for clearing past traumas and past wounds, and very possibly I might record a meditation for you to be able to do that section. Anyhow, with all my 4 books, I love that the starship Athena is present. If we know who the goddess Athena is the Atlantean high priestess who later on became the Greek goddess of wisdom, of strategic war, of planning, of healing, and of crafts / the arts. So she's been my patron saint, goddess since I was 11, and she continues to inspire me. And I'm so happy that her name is acknowledged in the cosmos, right? Because she doesn't go in with blunt force. She's very meticulous, she's very thoughtful, and she only takes action when it's necessary. And I'd have to say that's probably very much in line with the Arcturians. I don't believe the Arcturians are a big war nation. But should you trespass, should you hurt them, should you hurt the planets they protect, such as Earth, there's going to be some issues. Because they have so much technology, they can easily defend themselves. Now, for me, everything connects to Atlantis. So like I said, I received initial downloads and information while I was receiving my Atlantean training, and therefore an Atlantean healing. What you should know, if you don't know about Atlantis, is that it's very much connected to the ancient past, as in everything that's happened on Earth before, but also to the cosmos. And that's what makes it a fantastic a fantastic civilization and era that existed on Earth for at least 250,000 years, the Atlantean era. So we didn't get all that technology and knowledge just from humanity. We were always guided by those very beings that helped to create Atlantis. Okay, so getting into my personal practice. Personal practice starts with upgrading your consciousness, your auric field, and bringing in something truly powerful and beautiful. When you begin this practice, the book suggests that you say this affirmation for 20 minutes at a time for about 7 days in a row. After that, your auric field will begin to vibrate in a higher shade of blue. After that first week, from there on out, if you just practice the affirmation 3 minutes a day, you will have effectively cleared any junk in your consciousness and keep the vibration of a gold and blue light within you. So if you're ready, close your eyes and just feel this beautiful, purifying golden light that's going to activate a cleansing. Every time we bring in the affirmation, we want to imagine, call on golden rays from the Arcturians. This will carry the wounds and emotional scars from previous incarnations as well as our current lifetime. So we take a breath and we repeat, I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and patterns that do not serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and patterns that do not serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and patterns that do not serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that do not serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. I cleanse my subconscious. All thoughts and programs that no longer serve a higher purpose are hereby discarded and removed. Take a deep breath. Releasing. So again, you practice that affirmation 20 minutes for the first week, and then about 3 minutes for your time thereafter. Now, something else I brought into my practice because of this lovely book is the Arcturian Grid of Light. And the Arcturian Grid of Light is very simple to do. I love teaching it to my Reiki students, and I love the implementation of it. Now, a lot of things in spirituality or spiritual world, people don't see as real. But remember, on the energetic level, everything has energy and everything has an effect on something else. So the more you practice shielding yourself in the white, blue, and silver light of the Arcturians, the more you feel protected, and perhaps the more you're going to be inclined to do things that would normally give you pause. Like perhaps you will speak your truth more. Perhaps you will be more encouraged to go places that are against the current mandates and restrictions imposed in many places around the world. Either way, this is something I do before I do any kind of astral traveling. And like I said, it's a very standard part of my morning routine, so I'm grateful for it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to stand up, so I'm just going to move the camera back a wee bit. And it's very simple. Okay, so I would draw a Star of David, which we should all know is like the hexagon, right? I would draw the Star of David both above me and below me, and then I take a step forward into that. Now we're going to draw 12 energetic lines connecting the stars from the top to the bottom. So you can think about it as one is in your soul star chakra and the other in your earth star chakra. And I do it like a clock, and I use both of my both of my arms. So you can see me a little bit better. I guess I'll come back to seated. Okay, so I start with 12 and 6 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I finish with 11 and 5 o'clock, 6. From there, we draw 5 horizontal lines that are very angled at 5 key spots. So we do 1, I guess it's more of a loop, sorry, 1 at the crown chakra, 1 at the chest, 1 at the stomach, 1 at the knees, and 1 at the feet. Then we do the same thing, reverse, but now it goes the opposite way, so that in effect our grid covers us like this, plus we have the vertical lines to protect us. So now I'm going to go 1 from the feet, 1 at the knees, 1 at the waist, 1 at the heart, 1 at the crown. From there, I close my eyes and I feel the power of that energetic grid, and then I affirm. Thank you for protecting me and sealing me in white, blue, and silver light. And from there I say, and so it is. So, very brief, the practice of it. I would love to know, if you start the practice, how you feel after that first week. I remember initially feeling lighter, more supported, more intrigued by the beings I was about to meet. And it's just a wonderful process of discovery. One thing I'm adamant about is, as our world continues to change, don't allow fear to drive you. Don't allow the governments to try to put false flag events, especially as they relate to extraterrestrials, in your mind. Of the ones I've encountered, they've all been benevolent. They've all been incredible, beautiful friends. Many of them are my sisters, my brothers, my parents, my good confidants and allies from previous lifetimes. And in my mind, there's nothing to be afraid of. So I'm going to close by saying I do have Arcturian meditations and activations available at templesofatlantis.ca. I have a re-record. I have one from last year, and I have one that I'll be putting out shortly. And it includes meeting your Arcturian guide, going to the starship Athena for the healing in the holographic chambers, traveling to Arcturus, to the Temple of Tomar for amazing healing in the healing chambers there, going to the Great Crystal, and connecting to more fifth dimensional consciousness. So thank you so much for your time today. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, follow. You can find me on social media at the Atlantean Priestess, as well as Temples of Atlantis, and of course the website I've mentioned many times, templesofatlantis.ca. My heart to you, my love to you, thank you, and many blessings.